Hello everyone, welcome back to an Italian in my kitchen. I am Erica, and I know it's been a while since I've actually seen you. I have been to Italy for a little bit, and so today I thought, why not make a recipe that I've grown up with? A food that I've known my entire life. Almost every Italian loves for breakfast, but I never actually liked it that much. But for some reason, I went back to Italy and now I am kind of obsessed with it. So this recipe is called Italian homemade breakfast biscotti. And in Italian, we call it Fette Biscottate. So it's basically a sweet bread that we bake as a regular bread in a loaf pan, and then we cut it into slices and we bake it like we would like a regular biscotto. This makes it nice and crunchy. Italians love, when I say love, I mean love a sweet breakfast. That's how we wake up. We wake up and we need something sweet. I'm like that. I don't really like savory in the morning. I like sweet. And Fette Biscottate is basically the healthiest sweet breakfast version that you could get. So you would spread some jam on top and have your coffee with it, and that is a nice healthy way of starting your day. I like it with some Nutella personally because it makes it even sweeter, and you know, I like my sweet. So today that's what we're gonna make. We're gonna make Fette Biscottate, which is super popular and probably one of the most loved breakfasts at home that you can have in Italy. So let's stop talking and let's go make some. So first of all, we're going to take a medium bowl, and in this bowl we're going to add half a cup plus 1 tablespoon of milk at room temperature, 1/4 cup of sugar, and we're going to stir to combine these all together. And next we're going to sprinkle on top 1 3/4 teaspoons of active dry yeast, and we're gonna leave it on top of there for about 5 to 10 minutes. So it comes back to life, and then we can stir it all together. Make sure that your milk, it's either room temperature, which means that it's not cold at all, or make it lukewarm. So more on the warmish side, I would say, so your yeast can activate within those 5 to 10 minutes. And now we're going to take another medium bowl, and in this bowl we already have 2 cups plus 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour, and on top of it we're going to add our yeast mixture, and we're going to leave it for about 5 minutes so the flour absorbs the liquid. We're going to stir it all together. We're going to add 1 egg to the mix, 1 teaspoon of honey, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and half a teaspoon of salt. And we're gonna mix this all together with a fork. And next we're just going to place our dough, or our almost formed dough, on top of a flat surface and knead it until it becomes a nice and smooth dough, about 8 to 10 minutes. And then form it into a log and place it into a greased loaf pan. We're gonna cover it with a towel and let it rest for about 2 hours in a warm, draft-free area so it can rise nicely. And voila, there you go. We have our bread. Look how nice and big it is now. It has doubled in size, that's for sure. And now we're ready to bake it, almost actually. So first we're going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. And then we're going to brush our bread with some milk on top so it gets a nice and golden crust. We're ready to go. In the oven it goes. Bake it for about 30 to 35 minutes or until nicely golden. And then when it's ready, we're just going to let it cool completely on this wire rack. Now that our bread has cooled down, we're going to cut it into slices, and we're gonna make the slices at least 1/4 inch thick. I like mine to be nice and thick, so I'm gonna make them thick, and then I'll show you what else we need to do. Nice, look at this. It's so nice and soft, so cute. And now that we have our slices, we're going to take a baking sheet covered with parchment paper, and we're going to place our slices right on top of the baking sheet. And we're going to bake them again for about 30 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And then our Fette Biscottate will be ready. And there you go, we have our breakfast cookies, or better known as Fette Biscottate. They actually look exactly like the ones that you would buy. I am so pleased with them. They look freaking amazing. See, oh, it's a little bit hot, but basically they become nice and crunchy, and you can have them for breakfast covered in jam, in honey, in Nutella, and they're really delicious, especially when you dip them in milk or coffee. And so yeah, so we're just gonna wait a few minutes so they cool down, and then I am going to show you, or better, you can hear the crunchiness. I like these because you can just store them in an airtight container, in a bag, in a freezer bag, and just keep them for a while, because they will last quite a few days. Or you can freeze them, put them in the freezer, and they will last like a month or so, probably 2 months. I just drizzled a little bit of honey on top of my Fette Biscottata, but I would usually put some Nutella or some jam, any kind of jam really. But we're keeping it light right now, and honey just gives it that nice sweetness. Listen to this crunch. I like that crunchiness, so you can really tell that it's been double baked. And then that sweetness that comes from the honey, and even from the bread on its own, because it is a sweet bread. And it doesn't seem like it is because we sliced it and made it into cookie form, but it is a sweet bread. It takes a little bit of time and effort to make these, but you can make like 2 or 3 at a time, and then just slice them, bake them, and you have them for quite a few mornings, quite a few breakfasts. So I hope you enjoyed this recipe. This is a very special one because as Italians, we do love our sweet breakfast, and this is very popular in households. So I hope you try it. Let me know what you think of it. Let me know what you've topped it with. As always, you'll find all the recipe information, links, ingredients everything in the description box below. Let me know in the comment section what you thought of it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!